Chapter 2. The Thorn. Adam tossed white plastic bags full of discarded popcorn and drink containers into the large metal dumpster outside the rear of the movie theater he worked at. He and his friend Ricky were closing up for the night. They both had their white button-up shirts untucked and red vests open after all the moviegoers had made it back to their cars and were headed home or onto the next form of entertainment they could find. Adam watched the 20-year-old, overweight Ricky struggle to keep his sand-colored moppish hair from blocking his view as he leaned over tying the ends of the trash bags before he tossed them to Adam for disposal. "Me and Dave are meeting at the tire tree to smoke a bowl. Want to come?" asked Ricky, with his signature surfer's drawl and zen-like quality of talking. "I'm going over to Jess's." Ricky hefted the last trash bag to Adam to toss. "I thought you guys were in a tiff." "We are. Things have sucked since prom." Adam dropped the last bag into the dumpster and removed a board of wood that was supporting the lid, sending it clanging down. "Maybe it's because you're leaving for college at the end of summer." "Not sure I'm going," Adam said with a sigh. "What do you mean? I thought you were all set to go to Flagstaff." I am. I'm not sure Jess is going to wait for me. Plus, what will happen to my band?" They headed back into the theater and made their way toward the main entrance past the counters full of candy and vacant ticket booths, turning off the lights as they went. "Dude, she is just 17, and a Betty who has another year of high school left. You're cool and all, but no way she's waiting for you. She's the kind of chick that's looking to date an up-and-coming rock star, and your band is lacking something." "What? What are we lacking?" "Oh, I don't know. Talent, maybe." Adam's eyes went wide at Ricky's diss. "Thanks a lot, dude. Then should I just give up on the dream and go to college? Become a doctor or a lawyer or some shit?" Ricky pulled a key held to a retractable key ring fastened to his belt loop and locked the front glass door of the movie theater. Adam watched him finish the closing process and pulled a cigarette from his pack. He lit it with a metal lighter that had an AC/DC logo on it as Ricky turned toward him. "Should I stay here and work on my music to keep Jessica? That is the kind of shit only you can answer." Ricky pantomimed, weighing with his hands. "Pursue college, pursue hot girlfriend. College, hot girlfriend." "What would you do?" "I walk a different path, grasshopper." "You'd pick the hot girlfriend." Adam started heading to their cars parked next to each other. "Well, school is stifling to a mind like mine," Ricky said with an air of authority. "It's getting late. See you, stoner." "Later days and better lays," said Ricky with parting wisdom. They engaged in a hand slap, and Adam got into his car and drove away. Adam cruised in his Datsun 280Z and smoked while listening to the radio. "Every Rose Has Its Thorn" by Poison played on the radio as he made his way to Jessica's neighborhood. We both lie silently still in the dead of the night, although we both lie close together. We feel miles apart inside. Was it something I said or something I did? Did my words not come out right? Though I tried not to hurt you. Though I tried. But I guess that's why they say. Every rose has its thorn. Just like every night has its dawn. Just like every cowboy sings his sad, sad song. Every rose has its thorn. Yeah, it does. He downshifted into second gear and drove slowly toward her house, looking for a spot on the street to park. The headlights of a parked car shined in his eyes as he approached. He squinted against the bright lights to see that the car was an orange 70s Camaro with a blower sticking aggressively out of the hood. Adam caught a glimpse of a good-looking guy with long blonde hair as the car passed him before the tinted window could be rolled up all the way. "What the... Troy?" Adam made a U-turn and parked in the same spot as the Camaro had been, right in front of Jessica's house. He quickly walked up to the door and knocked loudly. A few seconds later, the door opened, and Jessica stood there, half naked, wearing only an Aussie t-shirt that barely covered her hips. She was holding a pair of Oakley sunglasses, seductively spinning them by one of their temples. "Did you forget something?" she asked in a sing-song voice before she realized it was Adam at the door. Her face quickly dropped. "Shit." "Yeah, Troy's sunglasses." Adam reached out and snatched the sunglasses from Jessica's hand. "I thought you were working. How long have you been here?" "Long enough to see that you're cheating on me with that Axl Rose-looking poser." "What the hell, Jess? How long has this been going on?" Jessica let out a long sigh along with the truth. Only a few weeks, and he's not a poser, Adam. Really? Does he play an instrument? Does he sing? No, he just runs around in his stupid pumpkin-colored Camaro, dressing like he's some kind of a wannabe rock star. You should talk, Jessica said with a headshake. I play guitar. You suck at guitar. You've had like 10 lessons, and you never practice. Ever. You and your friends think your band is totally bitchin', but you bite. Adam took an indignant step back. That is totally harsh. I play by ear, you know. Whatever. Jessica looked away from Adam for a moment, then said, I think I want to break up. You want to break up? Well, don't you? Of course I want to break up. You've been cheating on me for months, yelled Adam. Weeks. Whatever. Adam started walking back to his car. And my band doesn't suck. Yeah, you do, Jessica said quietly to herself, then shut the door. Adam came angrily through his front door and stomped down the hallway to find his dad, Lyle, his long legs stretched out in his brown lazy boy recliner, wearing a Hawaiian shirt and slacks and with his cowboy boots propped up on the extended footrest, watching TV with his mom and sister. His dad greeted him without taking his eyes off the television screen. How was work, sport? Fine, answered Adam, standing there waiting to be engaged in a conversation that would allow him to vent his frustration, but not wanting to start it. His dad sat there letting the sound of the show they were watching fill the silence. Adam's mom looked up at him. No Jessica tonight? No Jessica, ever. I broke up with her. I'm sure you're all happy as clams to hear that. 'Cause she was cheating on you? Asked Mandy. Did you know? Adam asked, shocked. I knew she was a slut. We all did, dear, his mom piped in. Adam paused and looked at his dad for confirmation. Lyle turned from the TV momentarily and gave him a look that said, yeah, we all knew. I don't want to talk about it anymore. I'm going to my room to work on my music. He held his head high as he strode to his room with purpose. Mandy called after him, Tell the slut I want my Guns N' Roses cassette back. Adam closed the door behind him when he reached his room. He started to pace the floor, distraught and angry. His eyes landed on his Fender Stratocaster and he grabbed it, placing it forcefully on the waterbed, sending small waves back and forth across its length. He peeled off his work vest and tried to quickly take off his work shirt, but the sleeve got stuck around his wrist because he forgot to unbutton the cuff. He wrestled with it until he finally managed to rid himself of the garments that reeked of popcorn grease and cigarette smoke. He yanked open a dresser drawer, then he swiftly shed the slacks he was wearing and slipped into a pair of leather pants. Hastily, he rummaged through another drawer. He located the sleeveless Def Leppard t-shirt he was looking for and rapidly pulled it over his head. Looking at himself in the mirror, he let out a satisfied sigh of relief. Adam picked up the guitar and put a cassette tape into his stereo. He clicked play, then hurried to stand in front of the mirror again in a rock god stance. The Def Leppard song, Love Bites, began to play, and Adam pretended to play along and lip-sync the words. When you make love, do you look in the mirror? Who do you think of? Does he look like me? Do you tell lies and say that it's forever? Do you think twice, or just touch and see? Ooh, babe. Oh yeah, when you're alone, do you let go? Are you wild and willing, or is it just for show? Ooh, come on. Bellevue Boys crash through